Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown. Along with Taz, I'm Michael Cole, and partner, we're just weeks away from the Thanksgiving Tradition Survivor Series. And here comes the man who thinks that he should be the #1 contender for Chris Benoit's World Heavyweight title in Survivor Series, Johnny Nitro.
And hey, why not? The guy's no stranger to gold. Tag team gold, at least. He's young and he's hungry, and he's got something to prove here tonight in this match.
Comes the #1 contender fans are clamoring for, Taz. There's no question why SmackDown General Manager Theodore Long named this man Benoit's opponent at Survivor Series, if you ask me.
Nobody actually asked you, Cole, so you kind of should shut up. But anyway, I do have to agree with you this time. He's at the top of the heap for sure, whether Johnny Nitro wants to admit it or not. And this is his chance to silence his critics, including Nitro, right here tonight.
Welcome to a sold-out SmackDown from San Antonio, Texas. Do we have an exciting show for you tonight?
Oh, I'm telling you, man, I can't wait for the action to start. Just listen to these fans.
Oh, no. The referee is down. What's going to happen now?
Anything and everything, Cole. No ref means no rules.
I think someone's been taking flying lessons, Taz.
Is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner either.
You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler. Then you can be the king and queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time. Oh my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole, if your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left.
Wow, listen to that chant, Taz. He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think what a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here.
It won't surprise me one bit. The longer you stay in this, the more risk you have for serious injury.
We've seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can.
Hey, no, that's not going to make you popular, but you got to do whatever it takes to win.
Look at the Boogeyman, Taz. Tell me honestly, have you ever seen such a unique individual in sports entertainment?
No, I haven't, Cole. And let me tell you something. Unique ain't always good. I'm sure Jeffrey Dahmer was very unique. I mean, let's face it. You're unique. And, you know, look at you. You have no friends and you have really bad breath.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other. What a cowardly move. He can't win fair and square, so he tries to screw his opponent out of the victory.
Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with him doing whatever it takes to win the match. If it was that bad, the ref would have DQ'd him, right? Every time I see Johnny Nitro in action, I'm blown away. Hey, let's think about it. He's still just a kid. He's got his whole career ahead of him.
Don't remind me, Taz. I have enough trouble putting up with this obnoxious ass of... Oh, my! The submission hold is locked in!
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole. I just don't get the Boogeyman. I mean, not for nothing.
And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Cole.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the... Wow, now that one's not in the rule book. But you know what they say, it's not a crime if you don't get caught.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that?
I think he's gonna fly, Cole. These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is gonna have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it.
There's the cover. That was like 2.5, Cole. There's a dude with guts. These top rope moves are risky. Whoa! I think these fans have got a little something they want to share with us.
That's their right, Taz. They paid for their tickets after all.
You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't?
Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here. I know that Johnny Nitro is an incredibly talented superstar, but
he ain't taking any chances with this submission, Cole. Look at how tight he's got it locked in.
I see that, Taz. I wouldn't be surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here.
Nice quick counter.
As shocking and disturbing as the Boogeyman is, Taz, there's a part of me that really enjoys his theatrics.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just want to need more guys around here that want to eat worms and smash clocks into their heads.
I think you're forgetting that this is sports entertainment, Taz, and the Boogeyman definitely has the entertainment part of that equation now.
I'll tell you what, call me old school, but there's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one, Cole.
You and me both, partner, and we might be about to see another one right here.
I'll tell you what, right now, on the record, you look at a guy like Johnny Nitro, you might be looking at the future of SmackDown right in front of you.
Could you gush any more about Nitro, Taz? He's got talent, but he's also got a long way to go before he lives up to that kind of hype. He's going for the pin!
Wow, talk about cutting it close. That was almost free.
It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying customers can't be wrong. This has been a great match so far, and I think it's pretty up. He's going for the pin, Cole. The Boogeyman is a sick, twisted individual, and those are his good qualities.
He's a unique character for sure, Taz, but he seems to resonate with these fans.
Well, then I guess the WWE fans, they're just as sick and twisted as the Boogeyman. If he's the kind of character they're rooting for, hey, you know what? To each his own.
If you ask me, I think every fan in this arena is just waiting for the day when Johnny Nitro gets what's coming to him.
Well, actually, I don't believe anybody asked you, so just sit there, look stupid, and be quiet.
He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
And that means you gotta either dig deep and find a way to break it, or you gotta just flat out tap out.
He's got him covered. The referee's hand was coming down for a 3 count.
Oh man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're gonna be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well, and having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Emotional? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the disappointment radiating off them. It's not a pretty sight.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep...
He wasted no time going for that pin.
This is dumb. Why is he risking everything by going up there?
There's the cover. Can he do it? Kicked out just in the nick of time.
Man, I can't tell you how impressed I am with what I've seen here tonight so far.
How could you not be impressed, Taz? And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
You're not kidding, Cole. Man, I almost feel bad for JR and King, Cole. When's the last time you think they saw a match this good?
I couldn't tell you, Taz. I don't know if they've ever had anything this good on Raw.
Me neither. Because I guess that just makes sense. I mean, after all, SmackDown is, this is just dumb, Cole. You don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
I disagree, Taz. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
3.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
He could pin his opponent right here.
There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans.
Doing with that chair?
I think it's pretty obvious there, lady.
You know, I've got to admit that you really showed me something out here today. And maybe you do deserve to be the #1 contender. But dude, we've seriously got to work on that image. And that's where I come in.
Oh, please.
Look, you're a pretty tough guy. But you've got all the personality of a block of wood. I mean, seriously. You're all steak, no sizzle. Stick with me. I'll teach you how to break necks in the ring and give the women whiplash on Hollywood Boulevard. I'll make you a star because you're good for business. And what's good for business is good for all of us.
Did you just hear that? Johnny Nitro says he's gonna help mold him into a true world heavyweight champion.
You don't seriously think that Nitro's onto something here, do you? Aren't you supposed to be Mr. It's what you do in the ring that matters?
champ. I hear you're locking up with Benoit in a non-title match tonight. Try not to let him land too many face shots, because I know this guy who's gonna do a photo shoot for us tomorrow as a favor, alright? Oh, and just in case Benoit is more trouble than you can handle, I want you to know that I got your back, pal. Alright, see you out there.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from the bottomless pit, the Boogeyman.
It's a sold-out crowd tonight in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Michael Cole and Taz here, and what a show we've got for you tonight.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, it's always great to be back in Philly, no doubt about that, Cole. You know, I got a little bit of history in this town, you know what I'm saying?
The city of brotherly love might have been the hometown of ECW, but I think the SmackDown superstars are going to redefine extreme here tonight. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. An injured superstar's like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
You got that right, Cole. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponent think you're easy picking.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get. I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether
He may get the 3 count right here. What's Johnny Nitro doing out here? This isn't his match.
He's watching his buddy's back, Cole, just like he said he would.
My God, the speed of Chris Benoit.
There it is, Cole. Benoit's got a crossface locked in. He's tapping,
Benoit's not letting up, and Johnny Nitro can't get in the ring to stop it.
Hey, come on now. Cut Nitro some slack, Cole. He just tried to help his buddy, and it backfired in a big way. it was pretty cool of Nitro to team up against Benoit. Nitro is a tag team specialist and a multi-time former tag team champion. And just about the best guy you could ask to watch your back as your partner.
I don't know about that, Taz. There's no disputing Johnny Nitro's tag team credentials, but he seems to have a problem with biting off more than he can chew.
The Boogeyman.
He looks like he's recovered, but is he actually at 100% here tonight?
How many times do I have to say it, Cole? That was all just an accident. Nitro's gonna have his back tonight. Just you wait and see that, girl pants.
Oh my God, it's Batista! Batista is Chris Benoit's partner here tonight. Batista's just about the last superstar the #1 contender wanted to see. He cannot be happy about this.
Oh man, not for nothing. I don't think Nitro ever considered that Batista might team up with Benoit.
Or maybe he did. Maybe this is all just another example of Nitro's so-called health. Houston, Texas is home to SmackDown action tonight. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside. And what a show we've got for you tonight.
Absolutely, Cole. You know what? I always wanted to say this. Houston, we got a problem. Actually, we don't have a problem because SmackDown's in town.
You've got that right, partner. The Space City loves SmackDown, and the superstars are not going to let them down. Look out! The referee's been knocked out!
And this is where things start getting a little interesting, Cole. Oh, man. This is just about the last hold you want to find yourself in.
I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here. I know that Johnny Nitro is an incredibly talented superstar, but it's almost impossible for me to get past that air. He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
And that means you got to either dig deep and find a way to break it, or you got to just flat out tap out. But you know what they say, it's not a crime if you don't get caught.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that? It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying customers. Oh man, there's the tag. Man, even if you end up...
What a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit. The longer you stay in this, the more risk you have for serious injury. Man, this match is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Well, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner either.
You know what you should do, girl pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler. It could be the king and queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time. I hope this is... Oh my! The submission hold is locked in!
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole. These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. Ain't no way you...
He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off? He anticipated that move perfectly.
Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Look, Cole, this ain't ballet. You gotta go in there every single match and you wanna do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually stepped in between the ropes.
I don't have to have been in a match to realize that jeopardizing my future for the sake of one match is incredibly short-sighted.
Cole, I swear, I'm gonna replace you with someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Maybe Carlito. He might be a little tough to understand sometimes, but at least he knows what it's like to wrestle a match.
What a submission maneuver! You must be familiar with this one, Taz.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, it's better to give than receive.
Wow, listen to that chant, Taz.
I'll tell you.
Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans. He don't give a damn what you think.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? These are WWE superstars for crying out loud. They're the greatest athletes in the world. They made the tag. Here we go.
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him. He dodged that bullet.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Paul. You should let me train you. You could be Cruiserweight champion in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war.
And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Paul. Oh, man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
You know, Cole, I got a lot of respect for Chris Benoit. He's been looking for that all match, Cole, and now he's taking advantage.
Come on, partner, taking advantage is a rather generous way to put it. He's cheating, plain and simple.
You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
Oh, boy. Looks like someone's moving up in the world.
I think someone's been taking flying lessons, Taz.
The Boogeyman is a sick, twisted individual, and those are his good qualities.
He's a unique character for sure, Taz, but he seems to resonate with these fans.
Well, then I guess the WWE fans, they're just as sick and twisted as the Boogeyman. If he's the kind of character they're rooting for, hey, you know what? To each his own.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. The WWE fans ain't exactly known for keeping their opinions to themselves.
There's the pin. Can his opponent kick out? You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Hey, there's no doubt he's a very impressive dude, no question. But let's not get too carried away here. It's not like he's the biggest and baddest guy ever to... He's going for the pin, Cole! You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect.
There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one, Cole.
You and me both, partner, and we might be about to see another one right here. And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
You're not kidding, Cole. I love hearing the crowd come alive, even when I don't exactly agree with what they're saying.
Me too. And I do agree with what they're saying, Taz. If you ask me, I think every fan in this arena is just waiting for the day when Johnny Nitro gets what's coming to him.
Well, actually, I don't believe anybody else should, so just sit there, look stupid, and be quiet. I like Nitro. He's on his way to go. These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like that.
And here's the cover. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. And injured, this could be 3 right here.
Wow, I thought he had the pin for sure.
Chris Benoit's a great technical wrestler, no doubt about it. Telling you. But after taking all the abuse he's taken in his career, I don't know if he's got what it takes to win here tonight.
The smart money never bets against Chris Benoit, Taz. He's got a well-earned reputation for coming out ahead in just about any encounter. As shocking and disturbing as the Boogeyman is, Taz, there's a part of me that really enjoys his theatrics.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just what we need, more guys around here that want to eat worms and smash locks into their heads.
I think you're forgetting that this is sports entertainment, Taz, and the Boogeyman definitely has the entertainment part of that equation down.
I'll tell you what, call me old school, but I kind of prefer a guy who gets it done traditionally. Unlike the Boogeyman, this guy is an enigma. There is no doubt that Batista made a hell of an impact on Raw, Cole. But now that he doesn't have Triple H or Ric Flair watching his back, I think his days might be numbered.
Batista has taken the best that his former Evolution teammates have had to offer, and he's always come out on top. I don't think that's going to change. Johnny Nitro struts around here like he's got...
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I just think it's unfortunate whenever a superstar decides to cheat to win rather than compete fairly.
Whoa! I think these fans have got a little something they want to share with us.
That's their right, Taz. They paid for their tickets after all.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork. On the mat, shoulders down. This could be it. I'll tell you, all the WWE superstars are legit tough guys, but these superstars...
He may get the 3 count right here. We've seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can.
Hey, no, that's not going to make you popular, but you got to do whatever it takes to win. I've been looking at...
This is a big risk. Will it pay off?
He smells blood in the water, Cole. He's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match. Oh my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole. If your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, and you can't let that break your focus. But that's easier said than done. Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical.
He's going for the submission.
And he might get it. He's got that hold locked in.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
You know what, Cole? If you're going to get on your high horse again and give us another lecture about playing fair, I swear to God, I'm going to throw up.
Is it so wrong to ask?
Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, Parker. This might be enough to get the tap out right here. I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in. Now that's strategy. Using the steps against your opponent like that.
He's not going to win any sportsmanship awards.
He ain't taking any chances with this submission, Cole. Look at how tight he's got it locked in.
I see that, Taz. I wouldn't be surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here.
Oh, man, getting your bell rung on those.
And there's the pin!
Nitro's going for Benoit! Looks like Batista's not having any of that.
I think he's trying to tell Benoit that he wasn't in on it.
There ain't no reasoning with the Rabbit Wolverine, Cole. Not in that ring.
He's got him locked in the crossface. 2 crossfaces in 2 weeks. With friends like Johnny Nitro, who needs enemies?
You gotta give Johnny Nitro credit. He's doing his best to help out his pal, even though it hasn't turned out the way he planned.
Or maybe it is, Taz. Remember, it wasn't too long ago that Nitro was saying that his pal didn't even deserve a title match, and he's done nothing but sabotage him since then.
Sabotage? What have you been watching, Cole? I know you're jealous of a guy who's in great shape like Johnny Nitro, but I'm telling you right now, I think this guy's on the up and up.
I'm the Boogeyman.
I've got to say, for someone who's gone through everything this man has gone through in the past few weeks, he looks to be no worse for wear.
Of course he does, Lady Lips. This is SmackDown. You don't get to challenge for the World Heavyweight title by being some kind of panty waste.
The World Heavyweight Champion has been absolutely dominating here on SmackDown these past few weeks, and he's heading into his title defense in Survivor Series with a huge head of steam. I don't know if he can be stopped.
Yeah, but he's in the ring tonight with two men who are determined to make sure that he's not leaving with the title this Sunday. And like I said, I know you're jealous of Johnny Nitro, but I think he's going to make an impact tonight. I can feel it, I'm telling you.
Good evening and welcome to Miami, Florida. Michael Cole and Taz at ringside for an unbelievable evening of SmackDown action.
Hey Cole, this Miami crowd is all fired up, baby. They can't wait for the show to start, and neither can I. And I'll tell you what, when this bad boy ends, I'm going to South Beach.
That makes two of us, Taz, and I know the entire SmackDown locker room feels the same way. So what are we waiting for?
That was a textbook reversal. Oh man, this is just about the last hold you want to find yourself in.
I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here. And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
You're not kidding, Cole. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect...
Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here.
I think Benoit might have lost a step or two when he took that little vacation from SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? We all know that the competition on Raw isn't exactly impressive, and I think Benoit might have...
And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Cole.
What a reversal.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that... He's going for the pin! This could be it!
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the...
He's going for the submission.
And he might get it. He's got that hold locked in. Wow, listen to that chant, Taz.
Going up the turnbuckle hurts a heck of a lot less than coming down from the turnbuckle. He can get the pin right here.
Look at the Boogeyman.
He ain't taking any chances with this submission, Cole. Look at how tight he's got it locked in.
I see that, Taz. I wouldn't be surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
You know, it's easier to get some superstars to play. And there's the pin! I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing everything you can to win, then you're in the wrong game. I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got no idea how this is gonna end up.
Neither do I, Taz. And I think it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting. He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
That means you gotta either dig deep and find a way to break it, or you gotta just flat out tap out.
If you ask me, I think every fan in this arena is just waiting for the day when Johnny Nitro gets what's coming to him.
Well, actually, I don't believe anybody asked you, so just sit there, look stupid, and be quiet. I like Nitro. He's on his way to gold.
Nice reversal.
Chris Benoit's a great technical wrestler, no doubt about it, I'm telling you. But after taking all the abuse he's taken in his career, I don't know if he's got what it takes to win here tonight.
The smart money. He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
I just don't get the Boogeyman. I mean, not for nothing. What is up with the worm eating?
I couldn't tell you, partner. But if that's the secret to his success, maybe more superstars should try that diet.
Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Look, Cole, this ain't ballet. You gotta go in there every single match and be willing to do whatever. There's the cover. Right. I'll tell you, all the WWE superstars are legit tough guys. But these superstars are really raising the bar here tonight.
They sure are, Taz. We're seeing some great intensity here tonight.
And that's the name of the game, Cole, intensity. You gotta stare on your opponent until one of you can't go anymore.
I think these superstars are well aware of that, Taz. I think that's exactly what they've got in mind. It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds today.
There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one, Cole.
You and me both, partner, and we might be about to see another one right here.
Man,
what a submission maneuver! You must be familiar with this one, Taz.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, it's better to give than receive.
I know that Johnny Nitro is an incredibly talented superstar, but it's almost impossible for me to get past that arrogant attitude of his.
Oh, come on, now. That's a pretty unprofessional attitude, wouldn't you say, Nitro? Nitro's got all the potential in the world, and even you, actually, gotta respect that.
Look out! The referee's been knocked out!
And this is where things start getting a little interesting, Cole.
I think that
I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hole must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it. And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, and you can't let that break your focus, but that's easier said than done. It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime...
Oh my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole, if your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much...
And here's the cover. Is that it? No, only a 2 count.
I've been looking forward to this match all night long, Cole.
So have I. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated matchups in recent weeks.
And usually, when he smells blood and water, Cole, he's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match.
I feel like a real jerk when somebody counters you like that. Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't experience a thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's because you ain't gonna see athletes like this anywhere else.
You certainly aren't. They're the greatest athletes in the world, and this is the only place you'll see them doing what they do best.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is gonna have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well,
What a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here.
it won't surprise me one bit. The longer you stay in this, the more risk you have for serious injury.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You should let me train you. You could be cruiserweight champ in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructor. Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? These are WWE superstars, for crying out loud. They're the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, Taz. There's no off-season for them. There's no month or two off between matches.
There sure ain't, Cole. I mean, these guys are here week in and week out.
There's the pin! Can his opponent kick out?
Wow, talk about cutting it close. That was almost free. Looks like they might be taking this match down a notch here, Cole.
The pace of the match may have slowed, but the intensity of these superstars certainly has.
He's 3 seconds away from a win. There's not a... I don't think the fans like that one too much. I'm sure this breaks this guy's heart.
It should. These fans are the lifeblood of WWE, and he doesn't give a damn what they think.
On the mat, shoulders down. This could be it. Come on. That had to be 3.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Jeez, Cole, watch your language, will you? It's a family show.
I said exasperate. Oh, never mind. Oh my, the submission hold is locked in.
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole. You know, Cole, he's going for the pin, Cole.
Wow, I thought he had the pin for sure.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it kind of took me by surprise, Cole.
He's got him covered.
I love hearing the crowd come alive, even when I don't exactly agree with what they're saying.
Me too. And I do agree with what they're saying, Taz.
Boogeyman is a sick, twisted individual, and those are his good qualities.
He's a unique character for sure, Taz, but he seems to resonate with these fans.
Well, then I guess the WWE fans...
He wasted no time going for that pin. tempers are flaring here between the champion and the challenger.
You can say that again, and it's going to come to a head this Sunday. Whoa, wait a minute. What's Nitro doing?
Johnny Nitro's got the title belt.
Here it comes, Cole. I told you Nitro was going to make an impact.
Nitro hit Chris Benoit. Nitro hit the champion. I don't believe it.
I told you, Cole. I told you.
I can't believe it. Nitro actually was trying to help the contender all along. It was Chris Benoit he was trying to sabotage all this time.
Hey, champ. We sure showed Chris Benoit who's boss last Friday night on SmackDown, huh? If you do that at Survivor Series, you're the new World Heavyweight Champion. I wish I could be there to watch your back, but for some reason, Teddy Long says he's banning me from the arena. Anyway, give me a call back so we can discuss some strategy, okay? I've got a great plan that'll make the last few weeks look like child's play. Hey dude, it's Nitro again. I haven't heard back from you, so maybe you didn't get the last message or something. Listen, you've got to call me back so we can discuss your title match. I've put way too much time and energy into this thing for it to fall apart now. Plus, I've got 3 magazines fighting for the exclusive cover story about your championship. I'll have my cell phone on all day, except for my 5 o'clock teeth whitening treatment, of course. Hey, you know, you should really consider that. I know this guy who... well, anyway, give me a call. We'll do lunch. Hey, Mr. Big Shot. I don't know what your problem is, but I left you 2 messages and you didn't call me back. Maybe now that you put Chris Benoit in the crossface, you think you're too good to talk to... hold on a sec. Oh, hey there, Chris. What's up, champ? Wait, hold on, Benoit. No, don't...
Too bad you couldn't see your little pal here tap out just now. But I'll be seeing you tap tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally arrived at Survivor Series, and Taz, the Survivor Series match itself is always a highlight. But this next matchup is one I've really been looking forward to. Chris Benoit's World Heavyweight title is on the line right here in the SmackDown main event. And did I mention, this is an ultimate submission match.
Not for nothing. What rock have you been living under for the past few weeks? Anyway, I can't say I like this guy's odds against Benoit without Nitro here to help him out.
We have to admit that most of Nitro's help seemed to backfire on him, partner. If you ask me, I think he's better off without it. Of all the World Heavyweight Champions I've ever seen, I can't think of one who can match Chris Benoit's intensity night in and night out.
Not for nothing. Benoit's an intense dude, Cole. No doubt about it. And this ultimate submission match really favors the champion's style.
We've seen both competitors fall victim to the crippler crossface in the last few weeks. Will we see it happen again tonight? And if so, whom will it be?
I'll never understand what the big deal is about Batista. He's just another superstar with more muscles than brains as far as I'm concerned.
You couldn't be more wrong, King. I've always found Batista to be extremely intelligent. You don't often see anyone put anything past him in the ring or outside it.
Oh, come on, JR. You can't honestly tell me that you wouldn't sleep better tonight if this guy was stuck in a padded cell somewhere?
We've seen some bizarre superstars come and go in our time with the WWE, King, but I don't think any of them can compare to the Boogeyman.
I don't know where he thinks he's going. This could be a mistake. He's going up, but what's he going to do when he gets there? He's really cranking up the pressure on that hole, JR.
He sure is. There's no doubt he's looking for the submission right here. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they can afford it, Jake? He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a... He's going up! This could backfire! I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You gotta keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly.
In, JR?
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can't, JR, and I don't think we'd have it any other way. Look at this, JR. Can you imagine SmackDown putting on a match half as good as this? Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This will rearrange your anatomy. He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We can see a tap out right here, JR.
The submission has been expertly applied, and now it's just a matter of time.
That's right, JR. You've either got to break the hold or get broken by it. Force of nature? More like freak of nature, if you ask me. The fact that Batista even considers himself a main eventer is ridiculous.
He's a world heavyweight champion, King. In my book, as long as you wear that title around your waist, you're the biggest thing in the business at that moment.
Come on, JR. Haven't you ever heard of a fluke champion? Batista got lucky. You don't get into the Hall of Fame for being lucky.
No, you don't. And you don't get there on a fluke. But Batista's the real deal. And that's why it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see him inducted after a long and distinguished career.
Chris Benoit thinks he's the toughest superstar in the WWE, but I think he's lying through his tooth. Yeah, and ever since the Boogeyman came to WWE...
And there's the submission! There might not be any way out of it!
There better be, or we're going to see a tap out right here.
He's not going to get caught with that one.
I'm so disgusted with Batista, JR. He could have stayed with Triple H and Ric Flair in Evolution and continued to ride the coattail.
The submission is locked in. This could be huge.
Oh my gosh, JR. You can't go long without tapping out to this. Oh man, I've been in this hole before, JR. This brings back some bad memories.
I can understand why, King. I can't even imagine the pain being inflicted here.
His opponent telegraphed that one.
that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here. Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job.
I think Matt Hardy should change his slogan from "I will not die" to "I cannot win."
King, why do you say things like that when 9 times out of 10, they just make you look like a fool in retrospect? I've been one of Matt Hardy's biggest supporters since the early days of his career, and it's great to see him in action here tonight.
Yeah, ever since he went to SmackDown, we haven't seen much of Matt Hardy, and you don't hear me complaining. You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No, go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slobber knocker.
Wow! Listen to these fans, JR!
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time, but there's no fooling the WWE fans at all.
These superstars are putting on a great match so far, JR. But if they drop the ball, these fans will let them hear about it.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. These competitors know that their paychecks come straight from the WWE fans. You're not going to let them down.
Yeah. And submission is locked in, JR. And this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if you break the hold, it takes its toll on you.
I think I know who's going to win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
Because I want to know who's going to win. And 9 times out of 10, it's not the superstar you picked.
This match has the potential to be an instant clap.
Oh, boy, this is not going to be an easy hole to escape from.
It sure isn't, JR. I've been on the wrong end of that one many times. These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight. I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole.
Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
Think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long. I don't think you'd accept the invitation anyway, unless you were serving worms as the main course. Can somebody please explain to me why the Boogeyman's not locked up in an insane asylum or something?
You just can't put someone away for being eccentric, King, and look in the mirror. And I don't think the Boogeyman's proven that he's a danger to anyone except his opponents.
See, JR, this is exactly why Raw is the #1 brand in all of sports entertainment. He's got his opponent locked into submission, JR. This could be it.
It could indeed. He might force his opponent to tap out right here. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
No way. I can already tell this is going to be a great match, but I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure, as far as I can tell. And there it goes! The submission is locked in!
Oh my gosh! He might make his opponent tap right here! I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat.
Can you believe we act?
I don't think he's climbing up there for the view. I think I can safely say that the Boogeyman is without a doubt one of the most unique superstars in WWE.
Unique? JR, the guy's missing half his teeth. He smashes clocks over his head. And I don't know what's in that smoking stamp of his, but I don't think it's doing his brain any favors.
I'm not going to say I'd invite him over for Sunny dinner in Norman, Oklahoma, King, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't find him highly entertaining.
So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far?
Yes, I am. I think these superstars are putting on more than a hell of an exhibition here tonight.
What's your favorite part of it? He's going up, JR. This could be big. I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear.
I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that's unlucky.
If one of these superstars starts to build momentum, it could be the beginning of the end of this match.
That's right, JR. You don't see a lot of matches won with one or two big moves.
You sure don't. You've got to lay the groundwork first.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself if it's all the same to you, King.
You think this is going to be a back-and-forth kind of match? Or do you think this is going to be pretty one-sided, JR?
I couldn't tell you, King. These superstars are so unpredictable that you can never tell how a match is going to go.
That was a long way to go for a simple, I don't know, JR. JR's not going to be happy about this one, folks. I think one of his favorites is going to get beat like the proverbial government mule.
I'm not playing favorites, King. I might have issues with certain superstars as human beings, but I respect their in-ring abilities nonetheless. This is a risky move. It could prove to be disastrous.
After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God! That's his opponent's finisher! He just stole it!
Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
They sure have, and this is one hell of an exam.
Let's hope it's not their final exam, JR. I'd love to see them go at it again.
Well, if I think the fans have their way, you'll get your wish, King.
I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated contest, and as far as I'm concerned, it's living up to the hype.
No question about that, JR. The fans certainly seem to be into it, that's for sure.
And when it comes down to it, that's all that matters. an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say that this match has exceeded them all. These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking... You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent.
No, but having a crowd behind you can certainly get the adrenaline pumping. Oh, man, I think we're about to see a high-risk move here.
These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see, King, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
They sure are, JR. There's no question these superstars are earning their paychecks.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR, and I'd love to hear it.
Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Well, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who could hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit losers, make sure you give me some more. Up the turnbuckle! I don't believe it! We might see a superstar get beat with their own finishing move here.
You know, he's climbing the turnbuckle. What's he up to? Oh, boy. These top rope moves can go either way.
So, King, any predictions about the outcome of this match?
Oh, no. Every time I make a guess as to who's going to win, I never hear the end of it from you.
Maybe that wouldn't happen if you got one right every now and then. I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR. I don't think these... Looks like someone's heading for the high rent district. If any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
Sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
And that's easier said than done, JR. The human body can only absorb so much punishment. Oh, man! That's gonna change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's gonna go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're not pretty good, though, I must say.
I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes from the price of the...
Here he goes! Up the turnbuckle! This could be really good or really bad. I'd ask you who you want to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking up whoever they're cheering for.
I've never been a kiss up in my life, King, which is more than I can say for some people. I call them like I see them, and I'm flattered that the WWE fans agree with me as often as they do.
I don't know how much more of this I can stand to listen to, JR.
He did it. He did it. He beat the champion Chris Benoit in his own game. I never would have thought it after what we've witnessed the past few weeks, but we have a new World Heavyweight Champion here at Survivor Series.
And let's give credit where credit is due. Don't forget that the champ's got Johnny Nitro to thank.
If anything, you should probably thank our GM Teddy Long for banning Nitro from ringside tonight. Our new champion proved he was at his best when he left to his own devices. What a night for him.